New York has always been a port for America's diversity, and the story of many Irish-American families began here. That history is illustrated by the monuments, memorials, and museums that fill the city. But one of the most fascinating of these is hardly a memory. McSorley's, the oldest Irish pub in America, still serves up a traditional Irish fare for its patrons and might as well be a museum for the Irish-American immigrant.
So tell me just a quick, why is this place relevant?
Well, for starters, it's the greatest bar on the planet. It's the most authentic, original bar you're going to find in New York City. It's the oldest Irish bar in America. We were established in 1854 by an Irish immigrant by the name of John McSorley. And one of the special things about John was that he didn't believe in hard alcohol. He believed that if you left a man alone with a good mug of ale, he would cause no trouble. And hence our motto, be good or be gone. You're standing here at the original bar. This bar actually was put in 1905. It was taken off an old clipper ship that was decommissioned in 1905, but it was built in 1834. So we extended the bar in 1905. We got the original taps over there, John McSorley's original money box, the original potbelly stove, original tables, the table right behind you, Abraham Lincoln sat in when he was here, after he gave the speech, the Right Makes Might speech at Cooper's Union. So from day one, a lot of famous people have been coming in here, and two of the most famous Irishmen to drink here was Thomas Francis Marr and Jeremiah O'Donovan Rossa. Both were newspaper owners. Both wrote about the great cause, about Ireland's freedom. And during the Civil War, Thomas Francis Marr put an ad out in his paper looking for Irish immigrants to fight in the Union cause. One of those soldiers that enlisted brought back the shackles that he wore during the Andersonville prison sentence that he served. He actually was lucky enough that he survived it because 16,000 Union soldiers died in this prison in Georgia during the Civil War. And that's when the Irish got the term the Fighting Irish, because they were notorious, they were great fighters. A sad thing about it, though, was that Irish immigrants were fighting Irish immigrants. They were both enlisted in the South and the North. So they came to America to fight each other. And that's one of the horrors of the war.
What do you think made the Irish people so successful as immigrants here in America?
Their unflinching determination to succeed, to survive.
Well, and you mentioned that there was organizations where as soon as they got off the boat, they were signing up, like they were ready to be involved.
But the 69th Regiment, what they were coming from was pure famine. Even Frederick Douglass, when he toured Ireland, he couldn't believe the conditions, the starvation that the Irish were suffering.
Yeah, when you're coming from nothing, you've got a spirit to survive and make it,
Anything is better than nothing.
That's right. Yeah, well, they became very active in politics and everything else, right? Or the police force, or fire department.
Well, the funny thing is, one of John McSorley's other friends was John Morrissey. John Morrissey was one of the leaders of the Dead Rabbits. The Dead Rabbits was the Irish Catholic gang that took control of this whole neighborhood after they killed the real Bill the Butcher, whose real name was William Poole. On our walls is one of the only known lithographs of the real William Poole. He was a Protestant born in New Jersey. He hated Irish immigrants in particular, he hated all immigrants. He was what's called a nativist. And John Morrissey had his men kill this son of a
Leapers
in his own bar down on Spring Street. And once he was dead, the Bowery Boys, his gang, died with him. And that's when the Dead Rabbits took control. That's when John Morrissey took control of the neighborhood. Tammany Hall gave him full reign of all the bars, all the gambling halls. And what do you think he did with that money? He built Saratoga Racetrack upstate New York, which still exists to this day. So from Irish immigrant, a poor gangster, to gang leader, then he became a politician and served a term up in Troy, New York, where he was from.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Resilience.
This video is inspired by our PBS series Reconnecting Roots. Visit reconnectingroots.com to watch the full episodes or to check out our music and podcast. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe so we can keep making more. Thanks for watching.